Hello, and welcome to Healthcare Finance Unit 1. Each week, we will take a look at 4 key learning objectives for the unit. Some units will have additional objectives, which will be listed within the unit content. The objectives we discuss here will be directly linked to real-world applications for today's healthcare manager. Additional videos and readings are included within each unit to support these and other learning objectives. Now, let's jump into the topics for Unit 1. The top 4 learning objectives for Unit 1 are: define healthcare finance, discuss the structure of the finance department, the role of finance in healthcare organizations, and how this role has changed over time, describe the major players in the healthcare industry, and list the key issues currently facing healthcare managers. In the following slides, we will take a deeper look at each of these topics. The term healthcare finance is defined as follows: accounting and financial management functions of healthcare organizations. Accounting involves the measurement, in financial terms, of a business's operations and financial status, while financial management involves the application of theory and concepts developed to help managers make better decisions. So, what role does healthcare finance play in a healthcare manager's everyday job duties? Let's break down the definition and consider these two elements: measurement and application. Now, let's look at a clinic manager's job duties. In general, a clinic manager may be expected to collect data on billing information. For instance, he or she needs to know how much revenue the clinic is generating by performing a certain procedure. Pulling the billing data and reviewing actual reimbursement rates versus bad debt is an accounting function. Armed with that data, the manager can then analyze trends in prior year's billings and reimbursement rates, as well as make predictions for improving the revenue and collection processes for that specific procedure. This application of theory is considered financial management. The next learning objective we will talk about is discuss the structure of the finance department, the role of finance in healthcare organizations, and how this role has changed over time. The role of finance in healthcare organizations has changed dramatically over the last 20 or so years. Two drivers of this change are reimbursement structures and technological advancement. Nearly all healthcare organizations are reimbursement-centric, meaning the entire revenue cycle revolves around the major payers' behaviors. From the cost of goods to quality improvement initiatives, major payers such as Medicare have a huge impact on how healthcare entities finance their operations. There are differing opinions as to whether this is a positive or a negative structure. In later units, we will examine this topic in more depth. In terms of technological advancements, the results are for the most part positive. Simple changes in software, for instance, have streamlined previously tedious accounting tasks into an automated process. This is one of the reasons we will not focus on the mathematical application of accounting in this course. Rather, our goal will be to understand how to utilize the data that can be extracted from accounting software, while also having a general understanding of how common calculations are performed. Describe the major players in the healthcare industry. While the healthcare industry is expansive and complex, the major players can really be condensed into the following: patients, providers, payers, and vendors. This diagram shows the relationship between the major players in the healthcare industry. Regardless of your professional experience in healthcare at this point in your life, you've probably been a consumer of healthcare. Looking at the process flow presented in this diagram, it's easy to see how a single hiccup in one process can disrupt several others, affecting more than one of the major players at a time. For example, if a claim is submitted incorrectly from the provider's office to the payer, the claim will not be processed without corrections resubmitted from the provider, resulting in a delayed payment to the provider and perhaps inaccurate billing sent to the patient. Consequently, the patient may be frustrated that they pay a costly premium only to receive high-dollar bills for services they thought were covered. This frustration may even lead them to seek care from a different provider in hopes of avoiding the hassle of another billing incident. Furthermore, when reimbursement to the provider is delayed, this affects the provider's financial position for that quarter. This is just one of many examples that illustrates the importance of maintaining accurate and timely financial information as a provider. Issues with collecting from both payers and patients are inevitable. The key to providers maintaining a sound financial structure is having the ability to forecast and prepare for such issues. In essence, just like a commercial business, healthcare entities must prepare for inconsistencies in revenue and be financially stable enough to sustain operations during times of declining reimbursement rates. List the key issues currently facing healthcare managers. For the 13th year in a row, CEOs ranked financial challenges as the #1 issue facing their organization. This holds true for both large and small healthcare entities. So what is the healthcare manager's role in all of this? Regardless of your primary job duties, in some way, your work is tied to finance. Whether you are new to the healthcare field or already working in the field, gaining a deeper understanding of financial management will significantly improve your abilities as a manager while increasing your value to the organization you work for. It's now time to dive in and further explore the topics covered in Unit 1. Remember to do the following. Watch supplemental videos. Complete assigned and suggested readings. Review discussion and assignment instructions. This concludes the presentation content for Unit 1.